Hello, everybody. I'm George from Ireland. Well, thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm commenting on all these Indonesian peacekeepers due to go to Gaza. There's 8,000 of them. Now, in case you don't know, Indonesia is in Southeast Asia. It's a country with, is it over 8,000 islands? Well over 200 million people. So in terms of world population, it's something like seventh. So they've agreed to dispatch these peacekeepers. Now, why? I suppose partly because they want to have some mercy on the poor Palestinians of Gaza, save them from the depredations of the Israeli Defense Force. It might also be to curry favor with the United States. Now, Indonesia can easily afford to send 8,000 soldiers. I don't know who's picking up the tab, but in terms of numbers, it can because because it's got such an enormous population, it's got a fairly large army, a few 100,000 soldiers. So there's this board of peace established by Donald J. Trump last month. But I don't think it's got any United Nations backing. What possible legitimacy does it have? I mean, did the people of Gaza agree to it? So it's completely undemocratic. It's completely unaccountable. The people who should govern Gaza are the people of Gaza themselves. And it's true that they elected Hamas something like 20 years ago. Hamas didn't allow elections ever since. Anyway, but there's the United Nations Security Council, which says that an international stabilization force must be established, so Hamas to be disarmed. But when is the IDF getting out of this illegally occupied territory? Now, Indonesia is a 90% Muslim country, and I believe doesn't even recognize Israel. So their sympathies would tend to be towards the Palestinians, about 95% of whom are Muslims and so on. Okay, so try and make sure that Gaza's safe, that Israel won't attack, but very far from Indonesia, if they need reinforcements, something like that, or that and Hamas doesn't get going as well, to disarm Hamas. Hamas might find it less humiliating to hand over the weapons to a neutral force, the Indonesians, than to the IDF. And we know that anyone suspected of being a Hamas fighter will be horrifically tortured in an Israeli prison, malnourished and so on, may not be allowed out for decades, even if he or she is actually not even a member of Hamas. So anyway, the so-called Board of Peace is due to have a meeting on the 19th of February. And there's meant to be a technocratic government in Gaza to try and rebuild Gaza and so on. And the Israelis have killed this over 400 people since the so-called ceasefire. Now, it's not absolutely clear if the Indonesians are going ahead, and obviously not everyone in Indonesia is happy about this, saying this thing is helping the Israelis. Some of them won't even utter the word Israel, call it the Zionist entity, and so on. So yeah, some of the hardline religious people say, no, this is collaboration with the mass murder of the Palestinian people and so forth. And Indonesia indeed is the most populous Muslim country in the world. Yeah, that's it. Pakistan is pondering whether they dispatch troops at Turkey. There is obviously the danger that they will then start to actually attack Israel. So not the Israelis are particularly happy about this either. So there we go. And how long will it be there for? You dispatch them. What if Hamas refuses to disarm and there's fighting? With the Indonesian troops really willing to kill Hamas, and Hamas say, come on, we're Muslims, you're Muslims, we're on the same side. Which side are you on, boys? Are you going to help the Zionists against us, against your co-religionists? So it's quite problematic. But I mean, so far, Donald J. Trump is very keen. He doesn't want to send his troops. He doesn't want them to get them mired in the situation. What do you think? Thanks for watching my channel. Make sure you subscribe on Patreon. Then enter PayPal, georgecallahan79@gmail.com. Goodbye.